Yo, the funny thing is, I think you mistimed it last time. I think D, you were like doing like doing these faces.
That was the start of it, the intro.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. It's going right now. Yeah, it's going. All right.
Yeah, that's good.
So, welcome to another episode of the Win by Two podcast. My name is Frau. I'm your host. We got Nicola. We got D.
What's good?
We got B's in the cut as a producer. And today is our NBA trade deadline edition episode. So today we're going to go into the trades that happened. Who went where? Like that's
what
we're going to go into all of that. So
why? Most important question.
Yeah, there's a lot of whys.
A lot
of whys that involve Blue and Dallas. But we're going to go into all of this.
Already calling shots.
If you guys saw one of our past episodes, we did go into this specific trade a little bit, but we're gonna save the best for last. So let's kick it off. How was your guys' weekend? Or what is today? Thursday.
The weekend was 4 days ago.
It's like the end of the week, guy.
Bro, I'll tell you, pandemic life, bro. I don't even know, man. I just indoors. I don't even know what's going on. But so, how was your week? I want to kind of get this, kicked off. You can give me some bullshit answer, but Nicola, chilling?
Yeah, chilling. Just same old shit, pretty much. Just chilling at home, watching NBA, working.
Couldn't wait for the
grinding.
podcast to start, right?
Yeah. Obviously, it's the highlight of my week.
Yeah, no, it's setting your clothes out the night before. D?
Same old. Still looking good, still smelling good, still getting the girls, nothing changed. Watching some NBA too, so.
I mean, we do an NBA podcast. So I hope. Hope so. Yeah. Even though I haven't been watching much NBA this week, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about all the trades that happened. Let's start with the Nuggets. So, the Nuggets acquired Aaron Gordon from the Magic. Aaron Gordon's been there since 2014. He's been on the team. So, yeah, this is a big deal. The Nuggets placed exactly where are they, Nicola? In the West? They're about
fifth, I believe.
About fifth seed in the West. This is a huge boost for this team, and we're gonna get into it. Who wants to kick it off? D, kick it off.
I'll kick it off. So Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets. I'm sorry, what did the Nuggets receive? Oh, not Nuggets. They gave up Gary Harris and RP Hampton. That dude.
Steve.
Yeah. Is he good?
I don't know. I think he's decent.
He just never got playing time, but I heard he was.
Let's do. I want to do trade grades for each team.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So D, give your grade and then give your opinion.
Yeah. Grade for the Nuggets. I want to say, I give them. Are we doing like B pluses, B minuses? Okay.
Yeah. And I guess let's do it in the context of the other trades that have happened, just because
Yeah, I wanna give the Nuggets. Honestly, I want to give them. I would say A minus. I think the Nuggets did a great job getting Aaron Gordon. I mean, they needed another person, that can especially another big, because you can't keep starting Paul Millsap. I mean, you just can't. Come on. This dude he's been out of his prime. He's pretty much almost done. Not going with Paul Millsap. So adding Aaron Gordon, only giving up Gary Harris, who was at best average, and RJ Hampton. I mean, we'll see if he's anything, but I doubt it. So not really giving up much for a guy that been on a bad team his whole career, and he's hungry to win or be on the winning team. And I think it's a great fit. I really do. I think he'd be able to spread the floor. He's very versatile. He can shoot, and he's able to drive. So he won't really clog up the space from letting Jokic do what he do. Actually, I know it's kind of irrelevant, but I was also thinking I think Porzingis would be the perfect fit for the Nuggets, because he's that guy that can actually spread the floor and then pick and pop and stuff like that. But Aaron Gordon can still fill that role. He can still do what he do, and Jokic is going to find him. I mean, I think that I think it's a good trade for the Nuggets. I could see them it's gonna make them better. It's gonna make them much better. And but we'll see if they can get past the top teams, go over that hump. But overall, I do think they're moving in the right direction. Aaron Gordon, I believe he's still pretty young, right? He's like 25, 20, like 26, 27 around there.
No, he's not even that old. I think
he's like 25, I think.
20. Yeah,
I believe.
Is he that young? I'm checking.
He is.
Right now.
He is.
Yeah, check for me.
Yeah, he's at least because I met actually I met Aaron Gordon in New York. You guys know this, but I met him in New York, and I think he was like, I want to say I was maybe 22 or something.
Oh,
he was 18 at the time.
Yeah,
he was only 18. That makes sense. He was 18 at the time. So
dang, 2014. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So once that's even better that he's young, and that gives the Nuggets time to develop. Like he's gonna be there. As long as he wants to stay there, of course, he's gonna be there for a while with Jokic and Jamal Murray. So I think it's a good fit. It's a good start or good combination for the Nuggets, and we'll see how it plays along in the playoffs and see if it can help them get over the hump over the other good teams.
Yeah,
Cola?
I agree with you, D. I'll also give them an A-. I really like the fit because Jokic. I mean, let's be real. Jokic is basically the point guard of this team.
Point center.
Point center, whatever you want to call him. But and because of that, he'll have some like off-ball movements, but because of that, he's largely he starts the possession outside of the paint. I'm not gonna say he's outside of the paint. He's not, because he'll bully his way into the paint. But you'll see a lot of Nuggets possession start with the ball with him outside of the paint, trying to set something up from the top of the key. And because Jokic is able to play like that, I'm not as worried about Aaron Gordon's shooting. That, he can't shoot that well, and them having spacing problems and all that stuff. I think Jokic's passing ability still keeps that floor open for them, and it should allow Aaron Gordon's athleticism and his hops to thrive. I'm hoping he's going to be being like a slasher, high flyer, a roll guy to the basket for Jokic and Murray. I think that's a perfect fit for him. And like Dee said, there's definitely something to be said for a player who's been with one team his whole career. And not just any team, but the Magic.
Sorry.
Good Lord.
All teams.
Not just any team.
How you do it for that long?
Yeah.
Dang.
So I understand why he demanded a trade or put in a trade request. I'm not going to say he went all James Harden on him, but I like the fit. I like, and I'm excited to see what Aaron Gordon provides to this team. Does it take them to instant championship contenders? I don't think so. I think they still have to show what they have. But if Aaron Gordon can make that leap to be a borderline all-star, then you can start having that conversation.
I'm with you guys. I like it. Definitely. Yeah, I would say A+. I'll give it an A+ just because of where that fits on the team. I mean, you have players that can stretch the floor like Michael Porter. You got Jamal Murray. Now you got Jokic. You got all these players. I think he's like a Kenneth Faried 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's somebody who just is a high flyer, but he was saying he can also shoot. He can drive to the basket. He's just kind of an all-around slasher that brings a different sort of energy to that team versus just, I think kind of like the Mavericks. I think that the Nuggets kind of got in this little groove of not having too many players that were like really athletic or kind of, just sort of finesse players. I think this is a perfect addition to that team. And it really changes how they're going to look at the end of the season because it's like, first side of the season, you look one way, and then now coming in like this, I like it a lot.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add too is it's going to also be nice too in the transition when Jokic throwing those outlet passes on those fast breaks, and he's going to be running, getting to those, so that's going to help a lot. Bring more energy to the team and make them a little bit more fast paced. So I like that.
Get ready for more Jokic highlights.
Yes, sir. I'll take it.
And it makes exactly. It's gonna make him Jokic a lot better too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm big on them, man. I think it's a different topic, but I think this really puts them in contention.
Okay.
This really puts. We'll save that topic for another day, but I think this this really puts them in.
We'll see what happens when we get like close to like the playoffs and all the seeding gets placed, and then we can
see what happens to the Lakers and
other
things like that. But I like it a lot. All right, let's go to the next trade. So we have Nikola Vucevic to the Bulls.
Okay.
So we're gonna let our Nikola handle this one. Nikola, what do you think?
So okay, well for the Bulls, I'm giving this an A+. I mean, it's rare that you see an all-star getting traded for 2 first-round picks and 2 role players. That's like, I can't even recall the last time that's happened. This seems like a steal for the Bulls. They gave up
my Wendell Carter Jr.
and insert blank here. Anyway, whoever that player is.
I don't even know who that. Yeah, I don't even know.
But yeah, I mean, you're walking away with an all-star that you're gonna be able to team up with Zach LaVine. I think their games complement each other. I mean, there's not really much to be said here. The Bulls really, they got away with a steal here. I'm not sure Vucevic's contract situation, but it's worth it for them any way you slice it. They're trying to build up a solid young team, which they are, and Vucevic is going to help everyone's development and is going to help them win now. The only thing is, same thing. Vucevic has also been in Orlando his whole career, and not only has he been there, he's been the star. He's been the leader of that team for the past few years. And what have they done? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like 8th seed team at best. So this is going to be it's going to be like it's going to be really revealing to see what Vucevic is able to do on a new team with another all-star this year. Now it's going to be no more excuses for him. His team has to perform now. If his team continues to lose or be mediocre, someone's going to start pointing the finger at him. So it'll be interesting. But right now, I give it an A+.
Yeah. I agree with Nikola. The points he made. Grade, I'll give it A+. I mean, I don't see anything wrong. Like, I don't see no negatives from the Bulls side of it. I guess, I mean, it makes sense. Magic are just rebuild mode. They're just getting rid of everybody. You're getting rid of everybody and just trying to go rebuild mode. So, I mean, I get that. Not going to go anywhere with just Vucevic on the Magic. So, I guess maybe they could have got something better for him than Wendell Carter Jr. and insert blank here.
It was Wendell Carter and Otto Porter.
It was Otto Porter. Okay. All right. I mean,
so they got rid of his big ass contract. Who cares? That's even another plus. That's like A++ now.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I would happily
Craziest
say
contract I swear any player has got in recent memory.
Yeah, that's
Otto Porter's contract.
That's an A++ for the Bulls then. Yeah. Like, I didn't realize that. So, yeah, and Vucevic being on the Bulls, I think it's a good fit for the Bulls, and I mean, we'll see. I mean, because now back to what the point Nicole was making about like adding that pressure. Like, now y'all have to get better. Now y'all should be better, right? Because Zach LaVine's coming up, as a star, balling out. He's been balling, and I'm happy they were able to keep Lauren Marketing and Thaddeus Young and guys like that. And they actually added another piece, Daniel Diaz, down from Boston.
Yep.
Which is going to help, I guess, with the big man role. So, I mean, he's not bad. He's pretty decent. He's not a scrub. So, him coming off as a backup, that's perfect. So I think the Bulls are trying to do something. They're trying to make noise in the East, which I respect. Vucevic, I mean, I think he's gonna be fine on the team, but it's all about like, hey, we got you here now. Like, we gotta go. We gotta at least start making the playoffs now. We gotta start,
Definitely.
start with that, and then, maybe who knows, like a couple years, depending on how long he stays, but like a couple years, maybe a few years, maybe they actually somewhat be contenders. I don't know. You gotta start from somewhere, right?
Right.
It's hard to see now because the team is still not that good, but if they keep trying to add pieces and trying to get better, then I can see it. Contenders, not in the East. It's about the East,
In the
not
East,
like,
right.
in the East, not like not in the league, like just East. Like maybe they can make it to the second round, third round. Contenders. But nothing like now a championship. Nah, slow down. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy they were able to keep most of their good players. And they also picked up Alfred Minu. I probably said his name wrong. But
Yeah,
Minu.
yeah.
I mean, he's whatever. Like, defensive player. Like, okay, cool. No, not a big deal. But still, like, they definitely won that trade by far. Magic, I don't know. I don't know what they have a long way to go as a franchise, but you gotta start somewhere, right? So, the Bulls, I give them an A+. They did exactly what they needed to do, and it's a good start for them. Let's see how far. They're not in. What's the record?
I just checked. They're 11th or 10th in the East with 19 and 24 record.
Okay, so they still have a chance to make the playoffs. I mean,
Definitely, they're only a game and a half out of the 8th seed.
They'll make it. With Vucevic, I'm gonna call it. They won't make it.
Yeah, they'll make it. They'll make it now for sure.
Yeah, because East is so bad too. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If they do make it, what happens? In the first round. So I'm pretty excited to see. What Vucevic can do on a different team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like it. I'll give it an A. Only reason I wouldn't give it an A+ is just I think the Bulls need more just as a team. And again, I think
they tried to get Lonzo. They tried to get Lonzo.
Respect for that.
That would have been better.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, the Bulls. Maybe I'm a little confused on what they're trying to achieve because like we're talking about the whole contender thing. It's like, is it just like placement in the East, like being in the playoffs? Is that what you're trying to achieve? If that's the case, I like the move a lot, but I don't think it's something that's going to get them exactly to maybe where they're looking to get. I think it'll get them in the playoffs. That team needs a lot of work, like, for being frank. Even for the East, let's keep it within East standards. I think it's like Zach LaVine is, I think he takes on a huge role that would be nice if other people could pick up the slacks. Like, I have him on my fantasy team, but Kobe White, I think he got to be a little more consistent, right? I'm speaking from, bro, you got to stop giving me so many damn 20s, right? 20 fantasy point games. I mean,
hey, who is he better than? Blake Griffin.
Right now. So
no, the whole year.
So far, yeah, you're right. But, the thing is, like, that team is there's a lot of work that team needs to do. I like the pick. But Nicole, you mentioned it early. I don't really know how good Vucevic is, just because of where he's been. Like, bro, you've been playing on the Magic. Like, I don't know. And I guess, in all fairness, that maybe that goes for Aaron Gordon too. But, we kind of know Vucevic as being a stat padder. Like, he is a stat padder. Like, I think he's skilled, but a lot of times they're just getting wrecked, and it's just rebound, point, rebound, like. So, I think if you see, I want to see how he plays with Zach LaVine before I can really like make a decision. But I like this better than nothing, I guess. I mean, than doing nothing. It's a step in the right direction, but we'll see how good Vucevic is.
Yeah, good point.
So, Closing words? Anything?
Yeah, and I'll defend Vucevic a little bit. Just like
your twin.
Yeah, exactly. Just because he has my name, but yeah, you can make that argument as you just made against him. It's just it remains to be seen, because it's one of those things. Like, is it because what he's doing is not helping the team? It's showing up on the stat sheet, but is it helping the team, or is it flipped the other way around? Is he helping the team, and we just don't see it because the rest of the team is struggling so much? So, it's like you said, we'll see how he plays with another All-Star. We'll see if the Bulls start winning some games. And actually looking at the standings now, even though they're right there, I mean, you have teams like the Pacers, the Celtics, the Hawks, the Knicks, the Heat, that they all have to fight, for a limited number of spots. So we'll see. It'll still be a challenge. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we just, that's the whole question, right? Like, I won't say fluke, but was it just because, stat pattern, or was it because he's actually balling? I think he's a good player, but, sometimes when you change different sceneries and systems, it doesn't always work to your favor. And that's why a lot of players, they go to like these, supposed to be championship, like, I'm going to group up with him, I'm going to team up with this guy, all the superstars. And sometimes it doesn't work out because, it's not the right system for you. Something you're not used to, something you can't adjust to. So, it's just a wait and see move. Worst case, okay, don't work out. You lost Otto Porter and freaking.
Yeah, there's no loss.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay. But, yeah, it's a wait and see approach. So.
All right, yeah, I think it's like, are we Chicago sports? Like, what?
Right.
Talking about the Bulls so much. But speaking of another Midwest team, or a player that used to be on a Midwest team, Victor Oladipo to the Heat.
Very interesting.
I like this a lot, but D, kick it off. What do you think?
Yeah, Victor Oladipo to the Heat. Who did the Heat give up?
That's the thing, and I'm happy you said that, because that's a whole point of contention for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I can look it up real quickly. Okay, so let's see. So Victor Oladipo was traded to the Heat. In exchange, the Rockets get Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2022 first round swap rights.
2022. Okay,
and those swap rights include Brooklyn's pick, according to ESPN. So
yeah.
So they have a 2022 pick, a Kelly Olynyk, and
giving up
and
Avery Bradley. Yeah. I give the Heat a nice A. I give the Heat a nice A. I really think Victor Oladipo is a good fit for that team.
Me too.
Because, like, the team needed somebody other than Jimmy Butler to really go get that basket, right, in the paint. They have the shooters, Duncan Robinson,
Tyler Hero,
and I'm happy they're able to keep those players. That was like the key to it. Like, can the Heat keep? If they trade for Oladipo, do you have to give up a Tyler Hero? Do you have to give up Duncan Robinson? Neither. That's even more beautiful. So now you slide in Oladipo. My only concern is sometimes he can do a little too much and force it at certain moments, and that can mess up the chemistry and the passing. But I still think it's a beast trade. I mean, you're getting somebody that can basically just get the bucket. And once again, he's been on, I guess, on the Pacers. I guess they were kind of. What was his first team?
Orlando.
He's
been a lot of places. Orlando,
wow.
OKC.
OKC. Yeah. He's been traveling. Yeah. The Rockets and now the Heat. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good fit. I really do. I really do think it's a good fit. I don't see nothing wrong with it at all. And yeah, it's not really much to say. I mean, as far as the Rockets, I mean, we know what the Rockets are doing. I mean, it's quite obvious. Complete tank mode.
Right.
They just lost. Yeah, just complete. Like Oladipo already said, I want out. Like he wasn't trying to stay. They had to trade him. They lost 20 games in a row. They're not going nowhere.
He was there for 24 hours, and he's like, "Nah,
I can't. It's not
it here."
And then John Wall was pissed because he was like, "Why don't you try it out? I'm here. Like we can make it work."
Yo, is John Wall the worst like negotiator of all time? Anytime he goes like, "Yo, bro, you should really try this."
Bro, people just want out.
It didn't work for the Wizards. It didn't work for the Heat or for the Rockets with James Harden.
Yeah.
It didn't work for Victor.
Right. I don't know.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah, he didn't work
Shout
on
out
his
to John Wall.
recruiting skills. Yeah, talk to LeBron a little bit, but
he feels like forsaken by the whole league. Like he's like, I've been with the Wizards my whole career. Like, yeah, they're with me.
Right.
They're hanging with me through the rehab. It's all good. Get traded. Now we're on the Rockets. Now no one want to play with you. PJ Tucker gone. Oladipo gone.
Everybody just dipping.
Everyone, if you even remotely want to win, you're demanding a trade from me.
I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Wood was like, "Bro, nah,
I can't.
Deuce out of here."
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's clear as day. Rockets are effing tanking. They're not going nowhere. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you know, I don't know. They receiving freaking who? Freaking
Bradley
nobodies.
and Olynyk.
Like Avery Bradley and Olynyk. Like these are nobodies. Like, so I mean, it's a big win for the Heat. I mean, it's a big win. I mean, I can't stress it enough. You know, so as far as can it take them? Help them win a championship? I think they're a watch out team now. Like they're out there with the Bucks, out there with the Nets. Like. Because now, not only do they have the defense, they got that offense. Besides Jimmy Butler, that can get their own bucket at any moment, And plus, they got a deep bench, deep players, kind of like Utah. Reminds me of Utah in a way. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like it a lot, and I truly believe that it can help them. I'm gonna say this: they're gonna make the finals again. No. It's gonna be. My bad. Conference finals. Okay. Sorry, conference finals. Nets and Heat. Game 7. Be there or be square.
All right, Nicola.
All right, I gotta say,
I'm gonna let that one simmer a little bit, D, because I like that. I like that point. Definitely, if that turns out to be the case, we're gonna go back.
Yes, sir.
And review that one.
March 25th.
Yeah.
March 25th, 7. Whatever's
8:53 p.m. Be there, be square.
All right, so to be honest, I have to take the opposite stance from you guys on this.
We've been agreeing a lot today.
Okay, yeah. I like it. I like it.
I'll give this trade for the Heat. I'll give it a C+. Which sounds low, but it's actually like average. That's what I would consider almost like an average, like a wash trade, basically. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I say that, it's not necessarily what they were giving up. It's just like, okay, they got Oladipo, but this was one of those trades that it's like you saw it coming like a mile away, right? You see the Heat sliding in the standings a little bit. They're not a contender as constructed like the pre-Oladipo trade. So and they're always active. So they were gonna make something happen. And to be honest, Oladipo is like the low hanging fruit on this one. It's like everyone knew he was available. Like it wouldn't take that much to get him. And the only reason he's valued like that, I think, is because of his injury history. And that's what makes this trade largely a wash for me. It's because it's been like, 2-3 years now that we haven't seen Oladipo be completely healthy. He'll miss like large chunks of the season, often, consistently. So, like, yeah, it can work out, but I just don't think it will. I think Oladipo will get hurt again. Possibly, even if he doesn't get hurt, I still don't think they have enough firepower to get it through these other East teams. And you guys said that shot creating was a problem for them. I don't think it was. You know, Jimmy Butler, he sort of opened up as a facilitator, and on top of that, you had Tyler Hero, who was making plays last year in the playoffs, in the finals. He was making plays. So I haven't watched them much this year. I don't know if that was their big issue this year. But I just can't help but shake this feeling that the Heat was like, oh, yeah, we'll take Oladipo just because of his name, basically. That's what it feels like to me. They didn't give up much. I think the biggest part of the trade was Olynyk because, I mean, he's still a hustle player. He'll still grab you boards. He knows how to be a valuable role player for a contending team, I think. So now you have Oladipo here. You have all these people who need to share the ball, and we'll see. Oladipo's not really much of a creator for the other people. He'll get his own shot, but he won't create for others. Is he still at the top of his game? Can he work through injuries? Does this take the Heat over the top? I'm going towards the downside on all those questions. So I'm not huge on this trade. Did it kill the Heat to make this trade? No. It is what it is. It's almost like a wash. When I saw this, I was like, I don't really care. Nothing's gonna come from it.
Dan, so you think Oladipo's like, you think he don't have it anymore?
I'm not saying he doesn't have it. It's just he hasn't shown anything in the playoffs, and he hasn't shown that he can fight through his injuries yet. And those are two huge flags that you need to overcome that to be able to say the things that I think you guys are saying, that like, oh, now they're a contender, now they're up there with the other East contenders. I don't think so. I still think they have a ways to go, and I hear they're trying to get LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
If they get him, now it's a little different story, because LaMarcus has been consistent his whole career. He's a veteran presence that'll get you buckets, and he's been in the playoffs. So you combine both those people, now we might be getting somewhere. But just Oladipo by himself, I don't think it makes too big of a difference for this Heat team.
Wow,
I like that. I like that take. I would say A+.
Wow.
Kind of to sort of rebound off that, and I'm only saying that just based off who they gave up.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Olynyk is good, and I think that could come back and hurt them a little bit.
Stop with that.
I think
it might come back and buy him.
I think it could.
Hell no.
I think it could come back and bite him a little bit. Just
what?
Because
How?
I think that he brought like a consistent
Kelly Olynyk. Hold on. Kelly Olynyk. Let me just make sure you're talking about the right.
I'm talking about Kelly Olynyk.
Yes.
Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk. Dirty ass Kelly Olynyk.
Don't look at his numbers, because that's not what he does.
I watched him. I'm not looking at his numbers. I watched him. He ain't shit. It's so many Kelly Olynyks out there. You can go to effing any local gym and find a Kelly Olynyk. You've seen Kelly Olynyks around. Right? You've seen them. And don't say, like, buy him. The Pat Riley was cheesing when he's like, ooh, we can give up this and that. For what? Pat Riley is a genius. We got to remember that. Pat Riley is a monster when it comes to getting certain players to come to the team. And my bad for cutting you off right there. But
no, you good.
The fact, I'm on your side. We're on the same side. And the fact that, I do agree with Nicola on that point about the injury history. Like, yeah, he gets hurt way too much. And that's another concern. Like, deep in the, when they start hitting the playoffs, also that's another point Nicola made, like the injury, and then can he do it in the playoffs? Something, remains to be seen. But once again, it's what we talk about with Vucevic and Aaron Gordon, like change of scenery. Like, has there ever been on a contender team like this? Like, a really good team? Maybe, what was his best team? Like,
who was talking?
I guess when he was on OKC.
Oladipo? Yeah, I guess, yeah.
His best was Indiana. It was at Indiana.
Yeah, that's what Pacers. Yeah.
The year before he got hurt was his best year.
Yeah, and they're not going. They wasn't going nowhere. Like,
no, they were good. They weren't bad. I mean, okay, what's anywhere, right? We gotta phrase it that way. Like, I think they could have.
you're
not best, maybe like second round, almost.
I'm talking about like championship. Like
no. They were a few pieces away, but they weren't. I mean, overall, I wouldn't say they were a terrible team.
Yeah.
No, but look, ultimately, my point with the trade is, because like you're saying, we agree. I think it's okay they got rid of Kelly Olynyk. Shit don't really matter, but I'm saying that like.
Don't say they might buy him.
Nah, it might. I think it might bite him. But
explain that part. That's all I want to hear.
I think that having a good when Bam was
what did he offer?
When Bam was out as a center as a power forward center.
He's strapping. Huh? He getting all those blocks. He's like, bet. Bam's like, you pick him up in fantasy. Bet. Let me get this guy.
But Bam has a good offensive role too. You know what I'm saying? He filled that offensive role as well. Like he was scoring points. You got to admit he was scoring points. Like he was still providing offense for that team. Like surprising, man. It's surprising. If Bees didn't put us on, I wouldn't have even known that. Like from fantasy, like I had to go out and see it. Like, and but you're Kelly Olynyk. I'm like, nah.
But you're playing the gym, right? You're playing the gym. You leaving Kelly Olynyk open?
No, I'm not leaving Kelly Olynyk.
Yes, you
open,
are. You leaving him open? Are you like, it's Kelly Olynyk?
I'm not leaving him open. No,
that's how people are thinking. Like, that's Kelly Olynyk. If he makes it cool. Like.
Okay, hold on. So I have a question for both of y'all.
Fire away.
If Oladipo was so nice, so
and
valuable.
I watched 2K have him in my dynasty, so I watched him a lot. But go ahead.
Kelly Olynyk, your dynasty?
No, Oladipo.
Okay, go ahead.
If Oladipo was so valuable, how were the Heat able to get him for peanuts, like D said?
Because Rockets have no choice. It's kind of like the Kawhi.
But the Rockets, like from the get-go, were of the mindset that like, oh, Oladipo's not going to be here long. Like
he already told them.
Well, I think it's a trade. The pick. It's the pick. Like NBA teams. This is my opinion, and this is definitely a topic we got to get into. But NBA teams value picks too much. Like there was,
but it was just a swap. All they did was like move up a few spots in the draft. They didn't get a first round pick. They just swapped it. So they basically traded Olynyk and who was the other guy again? I already forgot.
Avery
Bradley, who hasn't played in 2 years.
But that goes to our point. It's not to say so much that Oladipo's good, but that the Heat are giving up like nickels for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's a reason. I'm just saying there's a reason why they were able to get him for nickels. Like other teams were looking at Oladipo, and this was the best offer they got. That shows you other teams are like, eee.
But couldn't that also mean that he's just being undervalued? I mean, coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? Coming off an injury like he was. Yeah. And come on, let's be honest, bro. Like the Rockets are so dysfunctional at this moment.
I mean, they're not dysfunctional. Magic is dysfunctional, where you're like either mediocre or bad for years and years and years. Rockets were good, and the second they realized that James Harden didn't want to be there anymore, they were like, "We're not crap without James Harden. We're going ultra tank, ultra rebuild immediately." There wasn't any hesitation, anything like that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So the thing with Oladipo, I mean, he goes from Indiana, which I'm not going to say they're a contender, but more of a contender than the Rockets. And he goes from there, and he goes, bro, I'm 29. I'm not trying to spend my whole career on a team that's rebuilding. Like, I only got a few years left. So for his perspective, it's like, okay, I'll go. Like, because I don't like a team trading multiple times. I don't like that. But a player getting traded from a team multiple times. But he goes, all right, let me go from Indiana to somewhere else. Just get me out of here. So I think that I don't want to say he was tanking on Houston, but there is something, you got to admit, there is something to being on a team that's actually good, or like being on a team that's like has a chance. Like
they don't have a chance, in my opinion.
You don't think so?
This is a team that was in the finals.
So how they make it last year?
Fluke.
Right.
That was 100%
That was fluke.
Bro, you're going to just say that's fluke?
I mean, hold on.
It
was mostly fluke.
Come on, bro.
I mean,
how is it?
They played good, but
you're
like
the one who hates the East.
I know, exactly. That's why it was fluke. Like who cares who they beat in the first round? Moving on. Second round, they beat the Bucks. And
that was a big win.
Without Giannis, thank God, a big win.
Wait, when did Giannis not play? From
in the
what
second
point?
round when they lost?
But what point? Was it the whole second? It wasn't the whole second.
It was
round.
what, game 2 or 3 that Giannis got hurt?
They were already
didn't
up.
come back.
Yeah, they're already up because they were kicking his ass for 2 games.
I think they were up 2-0.
Yeah,
it was
when he was there.
He wouldn't even be a playoff team in the West last year. Come on.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
It really
what,
wouldn't.
Nicola?
Nah, you sicing it now, bro.
Yeah, he's sicing
There's
it.
size. All right, well, again, we'll see this year in the playoffs. They ain't doing anything. You can
So
tell.
what's the furthest? Will they get past the first round?
It's the East. The first round is still the regular season. This first round is it is. It is. Though LeBron's whole career, like his first round was additional rest for him. They would sweep and yes, now we get 2 weeks to rest for the next round. Yeah, it was. It's continuation of regular season for a couple weeks in the Eastern Conference only.
You say it was additional rest? That's what you said?
It's additional rest.
Additional rest.
Let me say something to you. In the East, the first round is still the regular season. In the West, the playoffs start before the first round starts. Because there's so many teams fighting for that last
I agree with
spot.
that. I 100% agree with you there. But
I agree with the East. Yeah.
But I mean, damn, bro. Like I would say it's a regular season for teams 1 and 2. Like the first and second team, it's a because they're playing
that's
8
fair
and
enough.
7.
Fair
Yeah, I went
enough.
from 6 down. I'm not going to, I mean.
But those teams just suck, so who cares? But anyway.
But that goes to the Heat point. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like I think the Heat, because like that makes them that much better. This is a team coming off, fluke or not, this is a team coming off of a finals bid.
I get it, but this is the first time Jimmy Butler has done that. Like, we'll see. There's a bunch of questions. Like, can he continue to do that?
Of course, he's been doing it the whole year.
I mean, Butler's been out basically the first half of the year.
But every game he played, he's been amazing.
Yeah, and they're on a 4-game losing streak right now, and just made a trade. Like, I don't know. We'll see, man.
That's why they made a trade. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll have to agree to disagree on this one. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said the same thing about the Heat last year. That like, my mind was blown when they made the finals. If they do it again, I'm gonna take back everything I said. I'll talk.
What if they make it? What if they make it to the conference finals? That's good enough.
Even that's good.
You gotta
enough.
wear a Jimmy Butler jersey on.
Okay.
The podcast, bro.
You gotta wear a Jimmy Butler
Yeah,
jersey.
you gotta wear a
Makes
Jimmy
the
Butler
conference
jersey.
finals.
We'll get it off Alibaba. So it's
No, we're gonna buy you an Oladipo. We're gonna buy you an Oladipo jersey.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
I'm
Heat
gonna buy you
Oladipo
Oladipo.
jersey.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
Magic Oladipo jersey.
Magic.
Put some spice on it.
Only if
And then
they
how did-
step up. Only if they step
And then
up.
and then what was the Heat's biggest problem last year? No, nobody besides Jimmy Butler can get their own bucket.
I don't
That's
know,
why
but
they-
like, what were they good at? Being
Defense.
being in the
Amazing.
East.
No,
Their
amazing.
defense is only good. I'm telling you guys.
No, it's Nicola.
Look at the points scored per game. Just like compare it to the East team to the West teams. The West teams score more points. Like, they have better offenses. Your defense is gonna look better just because you're in the East. It will, because the East is like, it's almost like a G League, if you will, to the West.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's like that. It really is. Except I'm not, of course, I'm taking the contenders out of it. The Bucks, the Nets, the Sixers, they don't count. I'm talking about the teams after those teams.
Right.
Right.
I mean, damn. I guess.
Like their defense only looked like that because the other teams, they just can't score as much.
He can't score as
They
much.
play more against the East teams than the
Holy
West
crap.
teams. If they had a West team schedule last year,
What's gonna happen?
their defense would have been like average. It wouldn't have been all that, and they wouldn't have made the playoffs, and no one would be saying anything
Wouldn't have
about
made the
anything.
They're
playoffs.
playing good teams in the playoffs. That's what you said. This is excluding the top teams in the East, but they're playing the best teams in the East to get to the finals.
Okay, so like I said, they beat the Bucks without
The
Giannis.
Sixers.
First round Pacers, I don't count.
Yeah, like, it's like, who cares, right? Who even cares about?
I don't think they
first
played the
round?
Sixers. They played Pacers, Bucks, and Boston.
And yeah.
Boston.
Boston's a good team.
Boston's a fraud team until proven otherwise. I'm sorry. Even
Boston
this
making
year.
the playoffs. Not this year I'm talking about, but like last year. Was that Boston making the playoffs in the West?
I don't know. I have to look into it deeper, but they're borderline. I know for sure at max level they'd be fighting with Memphis and the Mavericks and for all those teams fighting for that 7-8 spot. They'd be with them at best case.
Damn.
I'd say maybe. Yeah, I can agree with you there.
All right.
But anyway, we're going off into a tangent a little bit. Again, I feel like this is the 50th time we're saying we'll see, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah,
We'll see. Yeah, wait and see approach.
we'll see. Okay, let's just do. Okay, this one's gonna be fast. There's not much to talk about, but Rondo was traded for Lou Will. So if you guys aren't aware, Rondo was on Atlanta, Lou Will was on the Clippers, and they were swapped. So I don't give a fuck.
I mean, just real quick, touch on. I mean, good for freaking Lou Williams, right?
Yeah,
he got his hometown.
Oh yeah, Magic. There
Hometown.
you go.
Magic City. There we go.
Magic
Go
City.
crazy.
Let's go.
He about to go crazy.
He's so
He
happy
is
right
size. He is size.
now. The second
So
he
good-
heard about this trade, dog,
like,
he went to the bank. He said, "Give me all your ones."
Whole salary in
Almost.
ones.
Yeah. He's about to go crazy. So good for him, man. And then he come off the bench on Hawks. Who cares? Just ball out. They might get crushed. Get your points. You know what I mean? Like, you chilling. Like, you chilling.
The second Trae Young is not in and not ball hogging, just
yeah.
do the same thing.
Go
just
crazy.
be Trae Young.
Just be Trae Young Jr.
Yeah,
Well, I should say senior because he's older.
Oh yeah,
But,
facts.
you know.
That's
but,
Trae Young Senior's his dad, so
yeah.
Trae Young the third.
Trae Young the third.
I don't know.
Something like that.
But
yeah, good. You know, whatever. Good for the Hawks. I mean, and then they got rid of freaking. I mean, they got rid of Rondo. Rondo wasn't good for them.
but good for Rondo too. To be honest,
Yeah, good for on the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
he's basically a coach on that team.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers were trying to aim for Lonzo, and maybe they thought they would have to give up too much. So they said, all right, back up
I thought you were
Rondo.
gonna say they misspelled his name. Or something.
Misspelled his name.
Try to get Alonzo. They got Rondo.
Close enough. Nah, but yeah, I mean, Rondo, I think he's going to help the Clippers. I mean, as far as a grade, I give it a nice little, like, I mean, it's whatever, like a C, I guess. Like, it's just like, it's cool, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it'll help though, because as that veteran mindset to, you know, to the team, and they actually do need a point guard. Like, they really don't have a point guard that can, like, really dish the ball to the players. So I think it's cool. I'm happy. Good for the Clippers and, you know, good for the Hawks, I guess. Like, don't matter. It's whatever trade. Good for Lou Williams.
Nicola.
Oof.
Oh man, here it comes.
So, nah, I mean, I'm sort of with D. It's sort of like a wash. It's like, who cares? Does this require that much analysis? Not really. But the more I was thinking about it, the more I didn't like this move for the Clippers.
Wow.
I didn't like it. And the reason I say that, because I think they're just losing talent. They're like, just on a baseline level, they're losing talent. Of course, they lost Montrez last year. Now they're losing Lou Williams. Like, when you look at the identity of this team, you got your two stars with Kawhi and George Paul, and then you had your tough all-NBA defender point guard with Pat Bev, and then you had your explosive offensive microwave off the bench heat guy with Lou Williams, and you had Montrezl Harrell, who's the same thing, like tough hustle defense, all stuff. It's pretty much all the makings of a championship contender right there. And now remove Montrez, insert Ibaka, who's not as impactful or talented, in my opinion. And now you're also losing Lou Williams, who's your, no question, third scorer, right, after PG and Kawhi.
He hasn't been playing well this year.
He hasn't, but he at least showed flashes of offense. Rondo, what has he done? Like this year, I think he's averaging 14 minutes a game. Minutes, not points. Minutes for a Hawks team. So The only thing I like about it is that they get a veteran presence on the Clippers, but that's it. Rondo can't shoot. He's much older. I'm not sure how much he can provide to this team. I understand they have a need for point guard, but I don't think it's gonna outweigh the loss from Lou Williams. And Rondo likes to have the ball in his hands, just like Paul George, George Paul, just like Kawhi. They like to have the ball in their hands. They like to create. So now you're gonna have Rondo trying to run the show. I just don't think it'll work. Like I think there's just gonna be too much stickiness of the ball. You know what I mean? Like their offense just won't run as fluid. They used to have an identity. Now they don't have the same identity. So
one thing I guess like it was a really different situation, but I think the Clippers were just hoping to get the Rondo out of what he did for the Lakers.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to happen again. It just won't. I could see why Rondo worked with the Lakers. Now I think they're going to be asking too much from Rondo with the Clippers. I think it's a completely different situation. I think because the Clippers are going to have to lean on Rondo a little bit. The Lakers didn't even need to lean on Rondo. He was just there to help facilitate, keep things running smoothly.
Or two.
Yeah, veteran presence. That's pretty much the sole reason why they got him. When you start relying and asking for things from Rondo, that's a slippery slope. So we'll see. I think the Clippers honestly took a step back. It'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the season, but I don't know. They might not even be. They might not even be competing like as a contender anymore, in my opinion. And not just because of this trade, but because of how they've been trending, and now that they made this trade.
Yeah, they have been trending down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have much to say about this, so I'm just gonna keep it super short. I get what you guys are saying. It's not a wash, but we're talking about like bench players here. So, I agree with.
What happened to team basketball? Jeez.
Nah, not in this case. But no, I agree with both of you guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's topic for some reason.
I mean, you gotta agree with one of us.
I agree with both y'all. Yeah, both y'all right. Both of you guys, man.
We got two different opinions, guys.
But y'all both right. That's the thing. But actually, I want to do a sidestep. I see that we're at 52 minutes, and we didn't even get to the meat of the podcast. Right. This is what This is why we woke up for this trade. I mean, right? Didn't you say this upcoming trade?
I woke up because I had to, nigga.
Nah, not me. I woke up because I heard.
Bleep that out. My bad. Slipped out. Bleep it. I think I'm good though.
But that's why. I mean, why else do we do the podcast if not for trades like this? So, JJ Redick, as we predicted early in this podcast, is now on the Mavericks. Woo! Yeah.
Let's go, Mavericks. Championship contenders. All blue. I'm a Mavericks fan now. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a blue water bottle. Blue water bottle.
Yes. Get my dirt jersey tomorrow.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm getting my JJ Redick jersey tomorrow. Let's go.
Bro, that's a total waste of money. Don't do that.
Who's he replacing? Tim Hardaway? Try hard, Finney Smith?
I try hard, Finney Smith. All right. I just want to
he
point
replacing
out a couple
spot on the bench. That's what he's doing. But go ahead.
Let's point out a couple facts about JJ Redick, right? This is just to boost his stock real quick, right? A couple facts. So JJ Redick has not played since March 3rd, as he deals with a right heel injury. He went through a non-surgical procedure of the injury and has not been with the team since. This is with the Pelicans, of course. The 36-year-old JJ Redick is shooting a career low 36.4% from the three-point range.
I thought you were supposed to start boosting his value, but go
this
ahead.
Is boosting him.
Right.
So, but let's see. Okay, so he shot 29% in the first 16 games of the season, but he's been shooting 46% in the 15 games since. So, yeah.
Taking what, like 2 shots per game? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's just like ESPN stats. But I'm gonna open the floor for Nicola. I mean,
real quick.
All right, go ahead.
JJ Redick to the Mavs. I'm done.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, people.
That's the name of the episode. JJ Redick to the Mavs. Oh shit.
That's my point. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, Nicola.
All right.
Oh my god. JJ Redick. I mean, y'all already know how I feel about this.
Yeah, just recap what you said a few podcasts ago.
So, why?
Ooh.
I mean, I'll tell you why. I know the reason. This is okay. Now I'm not gonna say I know the reason, but the only reason I can possibly think of, is that same thing. He's like a veteran presence. We have a lot of young players on the team, and I guess we think we're gonna make the playoffs, or we know. So we're gonna need someone to like lead all our young players through the playoffs. That's the only reason I can think of why they did this trade. Like he's a shooter still. I don't know. First of all,
I don't know.
Like, isn't he doing podcasts? Like, I swear he's not even in the NBA.
No, that's funny. It's funny you say that because I'm just looking at it right now. Shout out to JJ Redick and the Old Man in the 3 podcast. So shout out to JJ Redick and Tommy Alter. Oh, that's their podcast.
Well, shout out to JJ Redick. JJ Redick, you can get the fuck off the podcast now. I can take over. You need to perform for this team. I don't want you doing this podcast. You need to focus on our team. Maybe watching film, not watching your computer screen, because I really don't know what you're gonna do to help. Prove me wrong, please prove me wrong, because as far as I could see, you an old ass slow person who like forgot how to shoot. The only thing you were good at doing shooting, you forgot how to do. So, I mean, you getting old. I don't want to talk shit, you know. I mean, I ain't talking shit, but I don't want to.
Hey, at least he's better than Ben Simmons. Had to add that in there.
At shooting.
At shooting, yeah. That's true.
Almost forgot to add him in there.
Daily Ben Simmons hate.
I got you, Ben Simmons.
Right.
Beating your ass at episode 76. I'm calling.
Hey, so, I'm gonna record that bitch. Yeah. Get money out his pocket, boy.
I'm suing.
I'm suing.
So, yeah, you called this the highlight of the podcast. I don't know why. This is the ultimate of wash trades. Matter of fact, I think this even hurt our cap space, if I'm not mistaken. So it might be actually worse for the Mavs. Like I said, the Mavs need toughness. They need defense. They need post presence. They need someone to help Luke take some pressure off Luka.
And JJ Redick is not that?
No. If any, I was telling D, we don't need people to make that like they're gonna look nice because they're playing with Luka. No, we need people to help Luka. Luka's already making the rest of the team look good. We don't need more players to make look good. We need players to help Luka, not the other way around. Come on, people. Everyone, like, I look at the YouTube comments. They're like, oh, JJ Redick can shoot. He's going to be shooting so much better. He's going to be hitting so much threes because he's going to be playing with Luka. People, Luka is on a tear. I've never seen, he's carrying to the next level. Stop talking about, what Luka's going to do for him. What are these players doing for Luka? Can a single player on the Mavs take some pressure off this dude? Please. I'm looking at you, Porzingis. I'm looking at you, Dorian Finney-Tryhard. I'm looking at you, Josh shouldn't have traded for your ass, Richardson. Can y'all please step up, look like a star for a game or two this season, please. JJ Redick is not helping. He's not. You guys know what we need. You've seen what's going on this season. Y'all trending up. Don't fuck it up. Keep it going. But, come on. Y'all know why y'all trending up. Because Luka's trending up. Do I have to spell it out? Luka's doing everything. We sucked in the beginning of the year. Luka was out of shape. He wasn't playing. He wasn't shooting that good. All of a sudden, Luka's hitting threes. Luka's playing all his mind. Oh, Mavs Riders in the standings. I wonder why. Someone else needs to step up. Please. JJ Redick ain't doing it. I'm sorry. Mavs fans, JJ Redick fans, I'm cutting it off right now. Stop the delusion. He ain't doing shit. Matter of fact, he might as well just retire right now and be an assistant coach. Because that's what he's going to do for this team. That's what he's going to do. He's going to be a mentor. He's going to guide the young players. That's it. He's going
to have a clipboard.
That's it. Exactly.
His jersey's coming with a clipboard.
Dang. Preach, young man.
So just real quick, and I'm just doing this for comedic effect, but what's the grade? What's the trade grade?
NA.
Okay.
NA, not available.
Not available.
My grade.
D hit it.
I'll give the Mavs a nice little D+.
Thank you.
That's passing.
D, you're passing.
That's passing.
Hopefully it doesn't hurt your team, so that's passing.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as it doesn't hurt your team.
You would be hurting.
Yeah, that's hurting.
Yeah.
You're right. You're barely passing with JJ Redick. Nice. Now you can graduate high school. You slice this shit. You're like, I got a D. Yes. I'm good.
I get to walk.
That's not even passing high school. That's like getting your GED when you're 36 or whatever. It's not that much of an accomplishment.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, any insight, D?
Okay, for real. Yeah. I mean, my grade still stands D+. I mean, Nikola, he said everything else needed to say.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like JJ Redick, like the Mavericks. Let's not go for a big man. Nah, someone we really need. Let's go for another shooting guard. Hey, we're not gonna give up too much though. We're not gonna give up nothing.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Not only did the Mavs they were all happy with JJ Redick, yay. Next thing I know, I see them coming out. They're like, oh, there were rumors that they were interested in Andre Drummond, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing I'm on Hoops Hype. Y'all should go on that website. It's beast. Shows all the rumors. Hoops Hype, and I see Mavs rumors. They're like, oh, they're interested in Drummond in the buyout market, but they think he's gonna go either to the Clippers, Lakers, or Nets. Mavs, you want to scoop?
Hello?
You want to step up on that one? You want to stop letting the rich get richer? Please, Mavs, what are you doing? You see it in their comments. They're already giving up on picking him up because he's going to be too expensive or whatever their reason is, and you're going to let him go to potentially the Lakers or Clippers, the two biggest contending teams in the West. And you're going to let another big post presence beat you guys up in the middle. Your weakness. You're going to let that go to the other team. Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban, get off Shark Tank. Donnie Nelson, retire. Rick Carlisle, bruh. You need to find the fountain of youth or something. I hope your brain's not going. Wake up, y'all. Please. Please, I'm not a Mavs hater as much as I seem like it. I love the Mavs. I watch them all year.
He does.
Yeah,
I watch them all year.
Yeah.
You know how many times we reschedule this podcast for Nicola to watch a Mavs game? It's pretty crazy.
We've done it.
It's true. So I want them to succeed. I love it when they succeed. And it's killing me that I have to come out here and bash them. But I'm just telling it like it is. I know basketball. So it is what it is.
And to vouch for my boy Nicola, he's a real effing Mavs fan because I was there when was I there? I'm pretty sure I was there. I don't know. But when the Mavericks...
I was there. Wait, was I?
I was there. But I'm just saying I was there. I'm confident. I was there when Nicola cried when they won 2011 because Dirk got his first. Maybe it's more about Dirk than the Mavs, but still. Dirk
Could be
was on the
both.
Mavs, and he got his both, right?
Yeah.
And they got their first ring, and he cried. That is true faninism. Faninism. That's true faninism. I just made a word. True faninism, okay? Y'all started to put that in the vocab dictionary, baby. Give my credit, too.
That's the episode name.
Faninism. No,
That's whack.
but the point, he's a big fan. And I feel sorry for a Mavs fan, because I have another homie. He's just like Nikola, dog. Mavs fan. And it's funny, because y'all be saying the same stuff, Nikola. Y'all like on the same effing boat. Like, y'all huge Dirk fans, and he loves Luka, too, and he feels sorry for Luka, all that stuff. And I really do feel sorry for y'all fans, because y'all really do deserve more. Like, it makes no sense. And I'm happy as a Spurs fan, because, keep messing up. I'm cool with that.
Just
Don't
down
get
the
yourself a
highway.
drumming.
Y'all chilling.
But even as a Spurs fan, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, y'all haven't had a big man since, like, Tyson Chandler. And, like, it's so obvious y'all need one. It's just so, like, even everybody, like, non-basketball fans, you would know the Mavericks don't have a true big man. And it's been like that for years, and it's sad how the organization still don't just F it and go for it. Poor Porzingis, you thought that was going to be it. He's good, but he's not that true in the paint, gritty, needy. He's not that. He's like, oh, don't touch me, I'm going to shoot my threes type of player. That's exactly what he is. He don't even want to post up.
This is his post move right here. Every time he posts up, you'll see it. His only
Elbows
post move.
out. And therefore. And Nicole, you know how many times, you remember how many times I've been telling this man, get in the paint, get in the post up. I mean, he's starting to do it now. I'm starting to watch, recently he started to do it more and be more aggressive. But dude, you're freaking 7 foot. Like, bulk up and get in the effing paint. You can bulk up and still shoot, bro. Like, you can play the same way. So, but the point is, like, yeah, I feel sorry for y'all, man. Mavs fan, god dang. God dang. Yeah, y'all. Woo! I'll be frustrated, man. I'll be frustrated. But, no.
Yeah. You guys have this talent to just talk about all of it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, who
It's
cares?
nothing,
Yeah.
Frog.
I don't got
Yeah,
anything to say, bro.
who
I don't got
cares?
anything to
Nothing.
say. Nah,
It's
I
like, because nothing.
There's nothing to
Right.
say here. No.
Yeah.
That's a wash.
Yeah. We traded for a coach. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
wash.
It's just a coach.
Traded
Yeah.
for a
That's
coach.
not bad.
Yeah. I don't know what Mark Cuban's doing. Now you could buy Mavs tickets with Dogecoin, but who are you gonna go see? Isn't that like a great index of how like worthless he thinks the team is? Like you're using like a coin that's not worth much to watch. Oh, JJ Redick is 4 Dogecoins. So
Dogecoin.
So
His jersey's 10.
jersey's 10. Nigga, that's like what, 58 cents?
Mark
Oh, my
Cuban,
God.
he's having a loss just from JJ Redick wearing jerseys. He's losing Dogecoin on JJ Redick wearing jerseys.
Oh, my
Oh, shit,
God.
this just made a straw. But all right, so to get off the Mavs, we're going to talk about the players that didn't get traded. And let's just kind of rapid fire this one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yep.
We're about an hour and 8. Look, I'm gonna throw a name out, and when you guys go, and I guess did you think this person was gonna get traded? What do you think? I'm gonna save the funny one for last. But let's go first. Lonzo Ball. So, D, what do you think?
Lonzo.
Do you think he's gonna get traded? What, are you surprised? He
Yeah,
didn't?
I'm pretty surprised. I thought the Pelicans were pretty open about trading him, and even he knew and he felt it. And I guess they couldn't get a deal done, and they really believe in the 2 backup point guards, and I think his name's like Alexander Walker or something like Nicholas, something like that, and Kira Lewis. They really believe in those guys, and maybe they saw something we didn't, but I guess I'm not mad at it. I think Lonzo's still a good fit for that team, and he's still young too. So, no, I'm not mad at it. Cool with that.
Nicola?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those players that, you see him in the trade rumors all the time, and you don't know why he's in the trade rumors, and now that the trade deadline passed, he didn't get traded. So, it's like, what was all this? Like, who's talking? Is it LeVar Ball that's talking? Like, is it?
I think so. A little bit.
Is it the Pelicans that's talking? I don't know, but he always seemed to fit with the team. I never knew why they wanted to trade him in the first place, and now they didn't trade him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been playing his best basketball of his career.
Right.
I mean, he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the league.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You never view him as a shooter. So.
I mean, he had the ugly.
Right.
He had this form for the
Ugly
longest
form.
time.
Yeah.
So, for him to be able to fix it, I mean, it's a big deal. And personally, for me, having Zion in my fantasy league, I'm happy he's still there. So,
Bet you are.
So I'll definitely take that for Lonzo. But yeah, again, I thought he was going to get traded. Surprised he didn't. The next player, John Collins. So,
Cool.
I mean, shock. I guess I can start this off. For some reason, I didn't think he was going to get traded. I don't know why. I know you were mentioning that to me, saying that he's a potential trade player to get traded, but I didn't necessarily think this was going to happen. But I think he's gone in the offseason. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's weird to me is, just for some context, real quick, the John Collins wanted a max extension from the Hawks, and the Hawks didn't want to give it. They gave like a little bit less than that. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of this season. So so the Hawks could match his offer, but everyone knows he's going to get a max contract because they hand out max contracts like candy nowadays. But he's going to get one. So I'm surprised that he didn't get traded. I guess the Hawks just weren't happy with the offers they were receiving. But now he's more than likely going to be gone in the off season anyway. So, I mean, I guess the Hawks just stood pat, and they're going to aim to make the playoffs. So, I'm not mad at the move. I'm a little surprised and curious to see what they're going to do this offseason.
Yeah, I'm with Nikola, so I'm a little surprised. Me having him in fantasy, of course, I keep up with all the updates, and he was on the trading market. There was a rumor he's going to get traded. I guess I'm a little surprised about him not getting traded. I did see though, I knew he wouldn't get traded. It was about like a few days ago. I knew he wouldn't get traded because, he said after one of the games he was like, yeah, I really want to play for Atlanta. I love being here. I love playing for these guys. I don't want to get traded. He's making those comments publicly. So, I believe in him. I mean, he probably maybe wants to stay in Atlanta. Maybe, Atlanta's lit, and they actually have some decent pieces around. Now that I think about it, not anything like championship worthy, but, I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, most likely, he's a free agent after this season, and he wants a max contract. He wants to be the main dude. So, I think it will happen because what Nicole said, they just hand it out like it's candy. So, I mean, I like him a lot. I think he's a really good player, and I think, if he keeps it up, he definitely deserves it. He can definitely help a team take it to the next level. So, I was a little surprised, but after those comments, I knew they wasn't going to trade him, prior. So.
And then the final one, Kyle Lowry. So, we talked about this off air, but Nicole or D, can you guys explain what happened?
Oh, Lord.
His final game. I don't know why I find it so funny, but...
Yeah, it's not anything, like, crazy, but, like, he played his final game. And
he thought.
He thought. And, after the game, you know how players do when they retire or they know they're getting traded. They just, like, thank the... Because he was at home, so he's, like, thanking the fans, like, oh, my God. All this stuff, like, doing that slow walk, and I'm sad and stuff. Like, damn, I don't want to leave. And then he gets to the interview, and the dude's asking him questions about how's it. It was just so funny. Like, now hearing that he's not gonna get traded, like, I was watching an interview, they ask him stuff like, yeah, so you was in Toronto for blah blah amount of years, and you got a championship here, and yada yada. Like, how does it feel? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna miss it? And he's just like sad, very emotional, crying a little bit, like. You know what I mean? Saying it's a business at the end of the day, like, stuff like that. And then everyone's waiting for him to get traded. It even said the 76ers was like the main target for him to get traded and yada yada. And then trade deadline happens and, they said, all right, yeah, we're not going to trade Kyle Lowry. He's staying. So, I guess he's staying in Toronto. I mean, Toronto is still trash. I mean, it's not like... I'm happy for him. Maybe he can end his career in Toronto. But it's trash. Still trash. They get. We didn't talk about this, but they got rid of Norman Powell.
Oh yeah.
And they got Gary Trent Jr. and who's the other guy? I forgot.
It don't matter,
Fudge. They do in Portland. Whatever.
Yeah.
But got like
Emilio,
two. No, Robert Hood.
Oh yeah,
No,
Rodney.
My bad, Rodney
Okay,
Hood.
all right,
Sorry.
all
Robin Hood. If I get all the steals. Oh my god. Rodney Hood and freaking Gary Trent Jr. So I mean, it's whatever. I mean, those are just role players, for Toronto. Nolan Powell, he stepped up this year, but whatever. I mean, I think it helps the Blazers more, just because, Nolan Powell is just a solid player. Trent Jr. just shot threes, and Rodney Hood didn't really play. I don't know, but at the end of the day, like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like, so.
Yeah, good for them.
That's man. Yeah, good for them.
Good for that team.
Kyle Lowry, I hope he retires and he's happy in Toronto, and I'm happy he got a ring. So
that's what matters. Yeah. He's on the back end of his career, so
yeah.
At this point, Nicola.
Right. I don't really have an opinion on this. Just like he was in the news, like he was going to get traded, and I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened.
It's just fun. Crying and acting like you're about to get like. Then we just show up tomorrow.
But, you're here for the rest of the year.
It's like, yeah, you got 6 months left. It's like,
shoot,
guys, my bad. I was crying.
Yo, this might be. Oh my god, this might be breaking news. Come watch. I'm looking at it live, but Dame just got hurt. I don't know how serious it is.
Dame Lillard,
but he's limping pretty hard, but he's shooting his free throws. So hopefully, it's not a big deal.
He was faking hard as hell against the Mavs. Like he looked like he had a season-ending injury.
That D-Wade.
And he just popped up the next play playing like it was nothing. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. But knock on
my
wood.
fantasy team. So
it is his knee,
that
though.
Would be, fuck.
And it was like non-contact.
Ooh, okay. That's
but I don't know. He's shooting free throws.
Klay Thompson shot
right
free
now.
throws.
He's limping though. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
he's limping, but I don't know. We'll see.
Keep your eyes open for that one.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah. So on that note,
sorry for I just put you on really bad vibes right now.
For real.
He's on his fantasy team.
Fantasy team. Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. So I'm like,
couldn't say for after the podcast.
I know, right? You couldn't. We end and it's like, oh yeah, you heard Dame Lillard got hurt. I'll be like, damn, fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about that. I guess wraps up our trade deadline edition, our first ever trade deadline edition. I think we'll be doing this every year.
Of course.
During trade deadline, right? We had All-Star. I kind of like these like special podcasts.
It's true.
Yeah, where it's like we had an All-Star edition. We had now we have the trade edition. Definitely have to do a playoff edition when that comes up.
Free agency edition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's always a finals edition. There's a lot of different ways we can go about this. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap up. Closing thoughts? Anything? We good? We out? We out?
Episode 6?
Is it 6 or 7?
Or 7? Might be 7. I think it's 7.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, episode
it's funny
7.
That we don't know this, but
yeah,
it's not like it's 106 and like nah. Bro,
yeah, I know.
7.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
All right, so episode 7, wrapping up. Yeah, we're out. So, deuce.
Peace, y'all.
And
see y'all in the next episode.
See y'all next episode. Peace.